The Premier League is the best league in the world. Its games are watched by billions of people daily and it became a machine of generating revenue. Footballers are being transferred for more than £100,000 and earn astronomical wages. The league is a role model for other countries, but how did we get to this point? We're in the 80s and football in England is a chaos. Hooliganism is on its peak, and football stadiums are a place to avoid for people that don't want to risk their physical integrity. The highest level of English football was a 22-team league format called Football League First Division that had been running for the past 100 years with minor changes over time. At this point, stadiums were in terrible condition and plenty of tragedies occurred during this time, being the most famous one the Hazel tragedy that triggered UEFA to ban English teams from any European competition.
Things were likely to change until the 90s. The English government couldn't ignore the issue, perhaps because it could harm their image, and requested Lord Justice Taylor a report with specific indications on how to make stadiums safer places.
Some of the measures Taylor suggested explain some of the things that characterize modern English football, such as the absence of fences, no alcohol when watching the games, or others. Another point that the British government wanted to encourage was clubs to sell more season tickets, so that the fans were easier to recognize. These new regulations helped the league to become more friendly with the international public, and after a fourth place in the 1990s FIFA World Cup, teams provided a form of initial league format inspired by American sport systems, and after some tensions, in 1992, under the supervision of Rick Parry, CEO of Liverpool FC, the league was born.
The first few years had Manchester United absolutely dominating the league, under one of the most important coaches in football history, Sir Alex Ferguson. The likes of Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Wayne Rooney, or even Cristiano Ronaldo were helped by him to develop and become football legends who are nowadays.
After the 90s, they had United winning almost anything while the other important clubs were building their strength. Thanks to the bigger money that was entering, we arrived to the 2000s and things began to change. Arsenal were the main rivals of United that kept dominating, but what Ferguson wasn't able to achieve was done by a Frenchman, Arsène Wenger, and his invisible team in 2004. These men were able to accomplish what no one hasn't yet and had not in the past, to get through a whole Premier League season without a single loss.
The league was extremely tough at the time. West Ham United, for example, got relegated with 42 points. These are mid-table results nowadays. Wolverhampton are in the middle of the table with 41 points. Chelsea, in the other hand, were bought by some Russian millionaire called Roman Abramovich, and he brought Jose Mourinho. He was like the trending manager at the time, and this basically got them the league.
In 2008, the Premier League saw what for many was prime Cristiano Ronaldo, back when he was more of a skiller and less of a goal scorer, but still a great one. This year would see United win the UEFA Champions League against another English team, Chelsea. Before the year 2008, Manchester City weren't a very important side, but after this year, the Abu Dhabi Group were now their new owners, meaning the beginning of a new era. Oil money was here to stay. In 2012, City would win their first ever Premier League title thanks to the best ever seen moment in the league. In the last second, Sergio Aguero scored a needed goal against Queen's Park Rangers that gave City the crown. The Martin Tyler commentary became legendary as well when he said,
"You'll never see anything like this ever again!"
This moment marks the beginning of the modern Premier League era. A year later, Ferguson left United, leading to a sporting crisis. 3 years later, the magic happened. Was it a miracle? Was it science? The truth is that you cannot make this up. Leicester City, that almost got relegated a season before, thanks to the Ranieri boys, Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez, and N'Golo Kante, led Leicester City to the Premier League title in 2016. To the date, this is arguably the most epic season in history. The only thing we can say is that absolutely no one expected it to happen. Moneyball worked. From 2018 on, the league has been disputed by two 50-year-olds, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. Manchester City grew through the years, especially after signing the Catalonian and lots of players full of potential, while Klopp rebuilt Liverpool that after failing to win the league in 2013 and losing Luis Suarez were never the same anymore. Anfield got one Premier League title and City the rest, but the title races these two teams gifted us will be never forgotten.
Recently, Arsenal come back to life thanks to Miguel Arteta, a former Manchester City second manager and also a club legend. Chelsea have changed owners and no one seems to know what's really happening since they are on a sporting crisis. And Manchester United are going through a true Dutch renaissance under Erik ten Hag.
We don't know what will happen next season, but for sure it will be spectacular. It is now your turn to comment and discuss my words in this video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and liking this video.